Fact. And today's topic, the Cold War, featuring Albert Rezanov.
Hello, everybody.
We're going to ask him some questions today to find out more about the Cold War. Alright, now, what is communism? What's that about?
Well, communism is when the government rules. They want everything to be equal, but the little things, they do not matter.
Like, what do you mean? Like, does everybody get the same shoe or something?
No, just money-wise, and then the labor facts, knowledge, and all that.
Alright. Now, what countries were communist?
Well, our girlfriend's North Korea, Vietnam, us, China, and a couple others.
Later on, do other countries come in, turn into communism?
Yeah. We like, the Americans like to call it the domino effect. When one big country is communist, the rest around them start.
So, like, when one country turns communist, the rest are going to start following, like, the domino effect and turn communist too?
Yeah.
Alright. Just trying to understand now. Alright, so, tell us something about Fidel Castro.
Well, Fidel Castro is a great friend of Russia. He let us know that America had some nuclear missiles, Italy and Turkey, pointing right to our capital, known as Moscow. So we took our own actions to ship a couple nuclear missiles onto Cuban beach and pointed it at America. They let us find out. It was a big crisis.
Called the Cuban Missile Crisis, right?
Correct.
And I believe you guys made talked about it, worked it out, and then you said that the U.S. would leave Cuba alone if they took the missiles out, right?
Yeah, also, America, believe it or not, actually tried to launch an attack on them, but failed the attempt. They had many heavy casualties, also many cops, POW.
So I believe that's called the Bay of Pigs?
Correct.
Alright, so now how were you guys competing, the Russia and the US, how were you guys competing on the space race?
Well, a couple years after the war, we initially tried to figure out how to get into space first. We also did, we sent a satellite, a dog, and then we also did the spacewalk.
Alright, now tell us about how did communism get to Asia?
Well, it started when we invaded North Korea. Then a few revolutionists went into China and took it over.
Alright, so did the US prevent from you guys taking over South Korea as well?
Yes, they actually heard and they got into a fight and recreated the parallel, which was just substantial over 40 between North and South.
Alright. Now, I believe that's it, Mr. Albert. Alright, you guys, that's the end of the facts. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
All right, Portal Masters, prepare to taste victory!
Skylanders have arrived in your McDonald's Happy Meal with a battling Skylander Swap Force toy.
High five!
How about 8?
What we have today is Joe McCarthy.
So, everybody, Joe McCarthy here.
So, what is capitalism in the Marshall Plan?
Alright, capitalism is when everybody's not the same. Like some people may get more money, some people may get less. But in this case, everybody's trying to go to the top. Everybody's trying to get more money here.
You mean the Marshall Plan? What was the Marshall Plan?
The Marshall Plan, that was when the U.S. helped Europe by reconstructing it. Because after the war, it got pretty strict because of the Germans. So the U.S. spent $13 billion reconstructing Europe, including Russia, because it's part of Europe. And that's why there's McDonald's in Europe over there and Burger Kings and all that.
So let's start on the Berlin Wall and how did it fall?
The Berlin Wall. All right, so Reagan, he was trying to end the world of the Cold War officially, like end it for real. Like it was already ended, but he was trying to officially end it because the Berlin Wall was still there and it was still separating them from Germany. So they made I guess a treaty or something, or a letter or something, and then later on they decided to take down the Berlin Wall. So when they took it down, soldiers were there, they had a big celebration there, for taking the Berlin Wall down and everything. So it's, I guess like a little festival they have there, or like probably like their version of the July the 4th, when they're free, you know.
And also, what is the Berlin Crisis?
The Berlin Crisis was when they were trying to. That's when Russia went in there trying to make them communism, but U.S. came in and France came in, so that's when they made the Berlin Wall before it was destroyed.
And so in the last episode, we heard that the U.S. and Russia was in Vietnam.
Oh yes, the Vietnam War. It was the same as the North Korean War. Like North Vietnam was trying to take over South Vietnam, and so that's when we came in and tried to prevent that from happening. But that's not what happened. We weren't ready for those conditions, you know. That was like jungle and all the time it's raining there. Like most of the time it's raining, probably like an hour without no rain. But we're not ready for that, you know. Here in the U.S. it doesn't rain as much. There's some places that gets a little bit of rain, but not that much like over there. The closest we're to the jungle, it's like a forest.
So also we heard in the last episode about the space race. What was your guys' position?
Well, space races, we could say that we can give them a 10-second head start, but just so they could, you know, we don't want them crying, you know. It's like, so they can say, well, we sent the first guy to the moon. You can't beat that. We beat that.
That's very interesting. Also, we heard two words that get tossed around in either a movie, a newspaper, or a book. And those words are espionage and Dante.
Espionage is a fancy word for spies, you know. We both had spies, both sides. Like, Dad spies, we were making the nuclear weapon, and then that same guy, I think it was Claus, I think it was, and he told Russia how to make the nuclear weapon. They started developing much faster than us. And then they also told Asia over there, and they started making nuclear weapons as well too. And that's why they were one of the top five, the big five. Right. You know, we had spies over there too.
Also, there's also another crisis called Cuban Missile Crisis. What was your guys' role?
Oh my man, I forgot a word. Detention was the time when everything was like, well, it wasn't exactly, it was calm. That was like, everybody was still scared, but this time they were less scared, you know, because there wasn't that much going on at that time. But, you know what I mean? It's like we were trying to chill in a bad day, you know what I'm saying?
Also, there's another crisis we heard in the last episode. Cuban nuclear missile crisis.
Oh yeah. That's when we sent our missiles to Turkey and Italy, and they found out because espionage, right. So then they found out and we sent missiles to Cuba, and then we were trying to avoid that. We were trying to we were trying to stop the boats that were going in with the missiles. But that was illegal because, you know, the ocean is for everybody, it's not just us. We called it a fancy name, so, you know, it would be less legal, but it's like trying to hide drugs, you know. We call it another name, so, you know, people won't know about it.
And also, what was the Truman Doctrine?
So the Truman Doctrine, that was when the U.S. was trying to help out countries that were like being forced, like kind of being forced to join communism and not capitalism. We were trying to make them let them be their choice if they want to join or not. Because, you know, Russia was trying to scare them and everything to make them join.
Okay. Also, there's a person who gets his name gets tossed around a lot. Joseph McCurdy. What was his role?
Alright, he was a famous guy that tried to prevent or try to get people that were undercover being communism, but that didn't really work. All they did was get the U.S. scared, since they said that people that were communists, they didn't believe in religion. So that's what they put. The U.S. decided to put under God in the Pledge of Allegiance, and that's why it says under God in the Pledge of Allegiance, so that when you didn't say it, that was because you're probably a communist. That's what they assumed.
Okay, and also, the last question was the Cold War rebooted.
Cold War rebooted. Oh, that was when that's what I said about Reagan doing like the treaty thing when they said that the Cold War was officially over, that they weren't communist anymore. But like they're still communist like in a way, but they're not. They're not communist like how it was back then. But you know, they're still communist. But that's when it officially ended. That's when Reagan. Okay, well.
Thank you for being on the show. Nadia, if you have any questions, please wait until we are done speaking, okay?
Alright, well. Viva Michigan.